You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
You got a big bag, let me bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 Show me where the red at, where the blue at. Show me where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And today I want to talk about first date tips. Alright, things that make her smile, what numbers to dial, how to sweep a woman off her feet on the first date. I'm going to give you tips and tricks to make sure that your game is tight, to make sure that you on your P's and Q's, to make sure that you're ready to go. And as always, we don't teach traditional game because we want you all to be yourself. We just tell you how to be the best version of yourself because there's only one you, and that's the most unique game that you can have. With that being said, let's start. Number one, wash your ass. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to laugh about that, but I'm being serious. Too many of y'all don't think or realize, I should say, how much hygiene and cleanliness plays a role when you're going on a date. It's nothing women love more than a fresh cut or having your hair done. Just listen to them, talk to them. You got female friends? Ask them. Women's standards for a man being attractive, handsome, or fine is not as high as a man's standards is. Generally, as long as you got a fresh cut, got your beard trimmed up or whatever, they're going to be like, oh, he's attractive. I see it all the time. I hear it all the time. It's an easy way to get extra points, all right? Make sure your beard's lined up. Make sure that your hair is cut if you know you're going out on a date, all right? Make sure you get in the shower, clean yourself up, and make sure you put on some smell good. Too many of y'all, again, women fall for the smell. If you have a nice cologne on, right? Like you got you some Eros on, or you got you some Creed on, or anything like that, and she can smell that, she can go, oh, you smell nice, what's that? And never tell her what it is, because whatever, she don't need to know what you got. But the point is, the sense of smell, women pay attention to a lot of this stuff, like I said, that's not even visual, that we don't pay attention to, okay? Your swag, your personality, how you smell, how you clean yourself up, what you can teach them. There's so many levels to it. So having a good smelling cologne is going to help you out a lot. And then always pop a Mentos, pop an icebreaker, something like that, because you don't want your breath to be stink, all right? Obviously brush your teeth too, but still put something smell good in your mouth as well, all right? That'll make her want to get closer to you, and it can only help you in the wrong one, all right? Number two, moving on from that simple stuff, all right? Make sure you put some type of work into your outfit. Now, it doesn't have to be an expensive outfit, because then you just look like you're tricking, you look like you're doing a lot. But make sure you present yourself nice and pick something that really speaks to the type of person you are. Don't put on a suit if you're not a businessman and you're not a white-collar worker, because what's the point? She see you in the suit in the first date, now she expecting you to be suited and booted most of the time, and you're not going to be. So put something on that's expressive to you, all right? If you like urban apparel, wear your urban apparel, okay? If you are white-collar, you usually are in suits and button-ups and stuff, go ahead and wear your suits and button-ups, okay? Depending upon the level or whatever the case may be, but make sure you put some thought into your outfit. Make sure your outfit is crisp and clean, and that it actually expresses who you are as something that she can expect to see on a regular basis, all right? Number three, and this is a big one, this is an important one, this is a gem. Always try to pick the woman up if you can, all right? There's multiple reasons for this, but reason number one, if a woman allows you to pick her up, that means she's comfortable, because chances are you're going to be picking her up from her house, which means she's comfortable with you knowing her address. She's also comfortable with you being the one who's going to take y'all to the location, you being the one who's going to decide when y'all going to leave the location, and technically if you want to do something crazy, she's putting herself in your arms and giving you the ability to do that. So that's a form of submission right there, because she's putting herself completely into your hands. You can do whatever you want, but it's also a sign of comfortability. It means whatever you did leading up to that point, she's comfortable with you. She has a certain level of comfort with you, okay? Reason number two, if you're just trying to smash and you're trying to smash that night, If you pick her up, that's an easy way to get back to the crib because you're already going to be dropping her off back to the crib. So if y'all have a great time and y'all really hit it off, okay, you can easily be like, hey, what you about to do now? Can I slide through? Or is it cool if I come up? Or whatever the case may be, however you want to spin it. Again, we don't teach game because I just want you to be yourself. So say it however you would want to say it. But that's an easy way to put yourself in a position to go back to her crib if that's the point, if that's your goal with the woman. But number 3, let's say this is a woman you're vetting for a relationship or marriage. It's chivalrous. It's chivalrous to pick a woman up. It's old school, okay? Pick her up from her house, open the door for her, let her sit down. You know what I'm saying? You chauffeur her around. She gets to feel like a princess and just sit there and be in bliss. Or she can sit there. She can ask you questions, things of that nature. It's very chivalrous. Most women actually think that that's romantic and it gains you points if you offer to pick her up, even if she decides to negate your offer, okay? Number 4, you could turn up the sexual tension in the car, all right? You could put one hand on her thigh as you ride, okay? Left hand is stealing, right hand is gripping her thigh. Alright, so that's going to raise sexual tension. That's going to keep you from going into the friend zone. That's going to make her remind her, no matter how good the date's going, no matter how much she actually likes you as a person, that this is still a sexual thing, and y'all aiming to get to that point at some point, okay? Number 3 tip. This is my number 3 tip and my number 4 tip. It doesn't matter. Don't count the numbers anymore. But when you do pick this woman up, say she does want to get picked up by you. And I also want to put this gem in. If she doesn't want to get picked up by you or she's not ready to get picked up by you, that's not a big deal, all right? That just means she's not at that comfort level yet. You could definitely get her there on the date. There's sometimes you might go on a date with a woman and she's way more comfortable leaving that than she was going into it, okay? So it's not a big deal if she doesn't let you pick her up, but always ask anyway. But anyway, going on to the next point, all right? When you're in the car, make sure you play music you like. Don't be trying to make an R&B playlist, full of Katy Perry and Adele and SZA and Beyonce and whoever else, Taylor Swift. Don't do all that, all right? Ariana Grande, don't do that. Because what you think is, she's going to hear that music and think, oh, he's diverse, and he's versatile, and he's not this overly masculine alpha male. But in reality, what she's thinking is he gay? Is he sweet? Does he like women? Like, is he going to blow my back out? Or is he going to be trying to make love to me? You don't want to do that, okay? Now, if that's actually your style, your swag, you're a pretty boy, that's how you get down, okay? Then go ahead and play that music if you actually listen to it, okay? Some of those artists I listen to, I'm not going to lie. Now, the first date, am I going to come up playing it? No, because I'm trying to express who I am, right? So even though I like those artists, they're not my favorite artists. These aren't like my top songs. Okay, so I'm saying this to you guys to say, if you like heavy metal, play your heavy metal. If you like soft rock, play your soft rock. If you like hip hop, play your hip hop. If you want to play your male R&B, play your male R&B. Again, if you really like female R&B and that's really your swag, put that on, right? But most women are going to kind of look at you a little bit weird if most of your playlist consists of female R&B songs. They're going to think you're doing that for them, or they're going to think that you're sweet. And either way, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be being yourself. So whatever it is you listen to, go ahead and play. It also gives them a chance to kind of feel you out and feel what you about, whatever the case may be, all right? Moving forward, you already know I usually recommend active first dates, all right? And there's a reason for that. Things like playing pool, okay? Things like axe throwing, things like bowling, all these different types of events, like go-kart, stuff like that. The reason I usually suggest active events like that is because, again, it gives you another chance to break the touch barrier, okay? Top golf, things like that. If you take a woman to play top golf, chances are she doesn't know how to golf. See, when women go out with each other, right? Especially if you're dealing with elite women and high-value women, which you should be dealing with an elite woman or a high-value woman because that's what we preach here. They go out to dinners and brunches and all that stuff all the time. All right, when girls go out, they have a girls' night, whatever they decide to go hanging. They're usually going to go and eat, or they're going to go to the club and shake their ass. Vast majority of the time. So when she hangs with you, it's no reason for you to do that because she's already doing that. They done already ate at every restaurant. They done already been to every club. They done already been to every rooftop lounge or bar, whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10. But what women generally are not doing with each other is going bowling, going axe throwing, okay? Going to play top golf, going to shoot pool, or generally doing anything active. And the reason I like these activities is because it gives you a free excuse to, again, turn up the sexual tension by breaking the touch barrier. Most women aren't going to know how to golf. So guess what? You get to come up behind her, hold her, show her how to putt the ball. And it's a cute way to touch her that doesn't make you look like a creep, okay? You get to come up behind her, show her how to shoot the pool. Okay, she doesn't know how to bowl. You get to come, show her how to bowl. Excuse me, an excuse to get hands-on in kind of a semi-sexual manner, but again, without looking like a creep. This is going to turn her on, all right? And again, if she allows you to do this, It's going to show a certain comfort level. So it can only help you. It can only benefit you. All right? So those are some solid tips on the first date. Oh, wait, I want to put this one in too, because this is very important. I don't know how I almost forgot this one, but this is very important, all right? Do not let it turn into an interview. Do not let it turn into an interview. So ideally, y'all just start flowing in natural conversations. This is why it's important for you to control the conversation. I tell dudes all the time, just start asking her questions. Women love to talk, especially about themselves. They love to hear themselves speak. Just start asking her questions. Whenever she finishes, ask her another question. Always ask open-ended questions. So it can't be a yes or no answer. All right, this is how you lead yourself into other stuff. Oh, so what did you do all week, for example, right? What have you been up to all week? You done anything interesting, or you just been working? Or, oh, I've just been working. Okay, where do you work? Oh, I work, let's say she's a nurse. Oh, okay. Where did you go to school at? Oh, I went to George Mason. All right, how did you like it at George Mason? Oh, George Mason was fun. Okay, if you could go back, would you go back to George Mason? You pick something else. I'd probably still go to George Mason. Okay, you do any extracurricular activities there or anything? Oh, yeah, I was Delta Sigma Theta. Oh, you a Delta? Yeah, I'm a Delta. Oh, okay, all right, that's what's up. You know, what year did you pledge? I pledged in 18. Okay. My sister's a Delta. Your sister's a Delta? Yeah, she pledged that blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You see what I'm talking about? By you asking the questions, you stop yourself from getting interviewed. All right? Because what you don't want is the whole ride or the whole date. Where do you work? How much do you make? What's your 5-year plan? When was your last relationship? What are your intentions? Women ask questions to disqualify you. They don't ask questions to have fun. They don't ask questions to genuinely get to know you. They ask invasive ass questions to try to see how much you got, all right, what type of potential you got, and rather or not they should just stop talking to you. So you avoid all of that by being the one to consistently make conversation and ask them questions. And like I said, and I was just giving an example in that talk, but don't make it seem like an interview. Just make it seem like you're genuinely getting to know her. As long as you ask an open-ended question that can't be answered with yes or no, there's always going to be something else you can ask. I could have kept that conversation I just gave y'all as an example going on for 30 minutes if I wanted to. It would have never ended. There was no way it could end. No matter what she said, there was always going to be a response because you can't respond with yes or no, which means there's always something for me to follow up on. All right? Then, you know, throw in your personality. If you're serious, be serious. If you're a jokester, joke. If you're a nerd, throw in some nerdy stuff. Throw in some facts. Throw in some knowledge. All right? But that's very important, too. Do not let it become an interview. And last tip, I know I said last tip, but I'm just thinking of a whole bunch of stuff as I'm going. If you do go on a dinner date, which I don't recommend on a first date for various reasons, some of them I already gave earlier, but if you are going to go on a dinner date, do not sit across the table from the woman. Sit directly next to her. Never sit across from her. As soon as you sit across from her, just in human psychology, it's going to seem like an interview. So naturally, she's just going to start asking you these serious-ass interpersonal questions. When you sit next to her, it seems like a date, or it seems like she's out with her friends. When a woman goes out with her friends, they sit next to each other. Some of them might be across, but someone's next to her, okay? So sitting next to her is going to remove that barrier. It's going to take that interviewer in that high-low position thing away from it and just make it seem like it's a romantic evening or she's with someone she's always known, even though she hasn't always known you, okay? Trust me when I tell you this works, all right? But I don't recommend dinner dates anyway because it's very hard to get to know someone on dinner. Dinner dates and movie dates are probably the two worst first dates because you're watching the movie so you don't get a chance to talk. And if she wanted to see the movie, she was going to go anyway. It says nothing about whether or not she messes with you. Dinner dates is the next worst one because no one's really turning down free food, number one. Number two, it's hard to build a rapport because the waiter's going to always be interrupting you. You know, you start making her laugh and stuff, here come the waiter. You guys know what you like to drink? Okay. Y'all start having another good conversation, here come the waiters. So what would you guys like for an appetizer? Y'all start having another good conversation, here comes the waiter. You like, yo, what the hell? Waiter like, what would you like to eat? You order your food. Y'all start having another good conversation. You go to put your arm around her, here comes the waiter. Here's your food. You're like, damn. You start building up the tension again, okay? You lean in for the kiss, here come the waiter. Will you like dessert? Damn. No, I don't want no dessert. All right? You go to hold her hand, here come the waiter. Here's your check. You're never going to be able to build any real tension. Like you're not. Leave those for later. Leave those for when you're already established. But again, and for whatever reason, you do end up on one. Maybe you like to eat. Most dudes don't, but maybe you do. Make sure you sit next to and not across from, all right? So I'll be making multiple of these Next time I'll give different tips, but that's my tip for this one. So y'all implement those things. And then like I said, I'm never going to tell you what to say because I believe you should just be being yourself. There's no point in even dealing with someone if you got them off of pretending to be someone else. Because to keep them, you're going to always have to pretend to be that other person, and that's no fun. So I'm never going to tell you what to say, but I will tell you how to prepare, and I will tell you what to do. I will give you ideas of how to keep things flowing, all right? I don't believe in game, and that's why. So I have another video with more tips, okay? And I'm probably going to do one pretty soon for the ladies to let them know what they do that we don't like and why they might not be getting called back. Because I think that'd be pretty interesting too. But that's this video. I am Alex, and I am out.